Even if you are a politician, don't think only for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't think only for yourself because you know you have your money.
Yeah.
Even if we say total shutdown for 6 months,
Yeah.
you are okay with that.
Yeah. And they said, okay, how are we going to take care of the poorest? And they developed a plan, and also one of the plans was through agricultural plan,
Yeah.
just to make sure that food security is secure. Number two was to analyze, okay, which is the biggest continent in the world.
No, man. No, man. You think we should strike, man? No, I'm not believe.
Yeah.
Look at Kasarona as well, man. Bora Kasarona as well. I know she will next week. That was with 10 net about Kulmaku.
Yeah.
But how to what's about Kuta? It's about Drab. It was about.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day in Zanzibar. Remember, we are the people, we are the passion, and moreover, we are the Game Changers. Welcome to the Game Changers podcast. I'm your host, Mohapi Mikereta, popularly known as the Prof, and I'm not alone. I'm with Zizo. How are you, my guy?
Sure. I'm good, man. I'm good under the circumstances. Under the load shedding, because of load shedding, load shedding. So yeah, I'm good under the circumstances. And how are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
Good. I've been good. But speaking of load shedding, what did you make about the I don't know if you saw the interview from ENCA with Andrey Ruyter.
No, I didn't. But
Yeah.
then I just heard that he resigned.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you are working for a company like Eskom, it's hard these days. It's hard these days because, especially when you are a CEO, every complaint comes to you.
Directly.
Whereas we have a problem not only from Eskom, we have a national crisis, a national problem.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So when you are a CEO, if you want to stay sane, if you don't want to go crazy, I would also resign.
Especially for SOEs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You see, so I think he was under pressure.
Yeah.
He was under pressure, and he was supposed to fix something that is not fixable.
Yeah, because on his interview, he mentioned that the problem that he faced during his tenure, it was that there's something like a cartel mafia systematic way of doing things. So these people they formed something like a cartel group, a mafia cartel group.
Yeah.
So he said there was a minister who came to him and said he was complaining about certain things that have been done, and said, no, just leave those comrades alone. Let them eat a little bit. So once you tamper with that system, then you are already in trouble.
Yeah.
And now I've come to sense that he has gone. He has flew out of the country because of his safety.
That's why I'm saying to you, we have a national crisis.
Yeah.
It's not only as corruption in South Africa is the main problem that we are facing.
Yeah.
So if we could try to change that, or change the whole system of South Africa. Each and every system that is being used in South Africa is not working for us.
Exactly.
But it's working for other nations.
Yeah.
Other nations that are ruling South Africa.
Exactly.
You get me? So I guess that's where the problem is.
Yeah, but also I think from the sense that I've got from Andrey Ruyter, I'm thinking actually the problem of Eskom is not as big as we think. It's only the biggest problem is the people who are politically inclined to a certain political group, more especially from the ANC side.
If we take people out of South Africa,
Yes.
South Africa on its own doesn't have a problem.
Yeah, good point.
Problem is people who are living in South Africa,
Yeah, good point.
and people who are who came with everything, the constitution and all that.
Yeah.
And those people are not living by the institution that they made. You get me? Or that were made for them.
So you say like they legislated the constitution for us people, ordinary people, not for them.
Not for them. For
Yeah.
people who are just ordinary, me and you.
Yeah.
Just imagine if we get just a simple money, 30 million.
Yeah.
30 million under your bed. 30 million under your bed. What's going to happen?
You
are just an ordinary person.
You'll see the Hawks, you'll see the SAPs.
Everything, red ends, whatever. Whatever you will get.
Even soldiers.
Even soldiers. And whenever we need them, these people are just there to oppress us, man.
Yeah.
It's blacks against blacks now. At first we were saying whites were oppressors, blah 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 blah. But today it's not like that. We are being oppressed by our own people.
Don't you think they maybe somehow they're getting the mandate from these white people? Because to be honest, sometimes you can see politicians as this wealthy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they are just career politicians from my side. They earn salary. So if you can execute certain things that a white man from maybe Stellenbosch or somewhere, you don't execute his plans or ambitions, then you get into trouble.
That's
you
why
might even be removed from your position.
That's why I'm saying to you, South Africa is not being ran by South Africans.
Yeah.
Whatever that is happening in South Africa is benefiting other countries, other nations. Where those people live, those people who are running South Africa, from wherever they are, that's where they benefit. But we don't benefit anything as South Africans. We are not getting anything. Politicians are not doing anything for us. Look now where we live. I'm giving you, today is 25th. Come second week of March. Second week of March, Sharpeville will be clean.
Exactly. Because 21 March is nearing.
21 March is nearing.
Yeah.
But what happens after that? Where are the services that we are supposed to get? Yes. Where are the services that we are supposed to get?
Yeah. Basic services.
Basic services that we are supposed to get. I mean, how do you live as a human being? How do you live in such a place? I wonder if they can live here where we are living.
Exactly.
You see, so that's why they don't care about us, these people.
Aish, man, I don't. But what could be the possible solutions? Because I don't know whether we are monetary driven or what is the sense that our country is having. Because I remember during the late 90s and earlier 2000s, like when we went to the streets, when you hugged in Van der Bijl, when you hugged in Vereeniging, you were thinking about bylaws, and you were thinking like, anytime law enforcement, police might pop up at any time.
At any time.
Well, then came the floods or the flooding, or the immigrants from within Africa, our African brothers. Though we still had immigrants from European and Western countries, but our African, the reason why I'm mentioning our African brothers is because they are living with us within township. They are living with us within the vicinity of towns like Vereeniging and Van der Bijl Park. And they were the first to hug. We were eager to hug outside the streets of Van der Bijl Park and Vereeniging. But due to the bylaws which were binding us, and due to the arrest which were given to our people, we couldn't hug as free as they are today. These people from African countries coming from African diaspora. And the annoying thing that I'm getting from those people is the mere fact of there's too much litter wherever they hug.
Yeah.
When they hug, there's too much litter, there's too much garbage, there's too much pollution. Even if they can see that there are bins for rubbish, there are dustbins everywhere in the city, but when they use anything, they just pour it there. They just litter it wherever they want, and because that has been set as a standard, we follow as well, because we are saying, why should we take care of this, because these people are already living like this, and why should this bylaws only applies to only us citizens and not for foreign nationals, whether came legal or illegal? Why are these applying are they applying only on us as South Africans?
Money. They always said money is the root of all evil and all that. These people came here because they have money.
Yeah.
They have money, meaning they have officials in their pockets.
Yes.
You get me?
Yeah.
They have officials in their pockets, and it's easy for them to live anyhow they want.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in Vereeniging. In Vereeniging, there was high crime.
Exactly.
There was high crime in Vereeniging. Then the taxi drivers, our brothers, taxi drivers, they managed to
instill safety.
To instill safety for people, whereas we have police.
Exactly.
We have police who you call now and say, someone is being shot, or there's a shooting somewhere that is happening. Where in Vereeniging, okay, they come after 2 hours. That's people who we should go to for safety. But then now we are forced to do things by our own, because on our own, because these people are not helping us. There are officials that are not helping us. You get me? The reason why I'm saying this, we have most people that are living in Vereeniging now. Honestly speaking, there are people who are coming outside of South Africa.
Exactly.
Then those people have everything that they need. Those people are safe. Those people have money. That's why they are safe.
And so they can commit crime at any time.
They can commit crime. They are selling drugs.
Exactly.
Selling drugs, just selling drugs, it's a crime.
And our people can take them to those drug lords, but the case will just disappear, and the person who revealed those drug lords, they are in trouble.
Forget.
Forget.
It's hard to live in South Africa. It's hard because everything that we are supposed to get, we don't. Just a simple service. A simple service. It's hard for us to get it.
So possible solutions, what could be?
Before we come to possible solutions, I'm not body shaming. Game changers, I'm not body shaming. You are a police woman.
Officer.
Chief.
A female police officer.
A female police officer. Obunotsekana.
You have nails.
You have nails.
You have eyeballs.
Which criminal are you going to catch? Which criminal are you going to catch? So, the possible solution in terms of South Africa as a whole, we have to change from those politicians. And they should introduce new systems. New systems have to be in place, and they have to change the whole system of the politicians. People who were in exile are the ones who are supposed to be there. Mana, you know nothing. Yes, you went to exile, but you know nothing. You know nothing, and you are supposed to run a country. You run a country as the comrade. Things are changing.
Yeah.
Things are changing, and you cannot run a country like a comrade. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Now I heard some people are going to host a march, a shutdown
on the 20th.
On the 20th. Shutdown for what? For who? For who? For what?
For Cyril to be removed.
Man, there are other ways, guys. There are other ways that we can use.
Okay.
I mean, if you say a total shutdown, people are not supposed to move.
Yeah.
There's someone, a grandmother who's selling some things in schools, for example. Who's selling in schools, and she's feeding her children with that money.
They're making a living out of that.
Exactly. So how is she going to feed her children that day if we say total shutdown? Or are they going to come and give her food for that day, or that money that she was supposed to do that day? Some things doesn't make sense. Some things doesn't make sense. You understand me?
Yeah.
So people have to think critically before they announce things, or before they try to do some things, because we are not middle class, or our country is not developed as other countries. We have high unemployment rate,
and we have high poor state.
We have high poor state. We have most people are living with that. Most people are street vendors and all that, and
they are living beyond means.
They are living beyond means.
Yeah.
Well, they are living
below
beyond
exactly. Below means.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you are shutting down the country, what's going to happen with such people?
And it might even prolong to about 3 days.
Exactly, because I also doubt that it's going to be a 1-day strike.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be 1 day, because there's no way that Cyril will be removed on the 20th.
So what you are making is that people shall govern themselves without being politically affiliated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And even if you are a politician, don't think only for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't think only for yourself, because you know you have your money.
Yeah.
Even if we say total shutdown for 6 months.
Yeah.
You are okay with that.
Yeah.
You are okay. You have money that's going to sustain you that long. But what about other people? What about other people?
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's very difficult, and I think even if maybe politicians might have a different view on that, but what you are saying, it makes totally sense, because we need to be prepared as people on how are we going to operate or to survive during that period or that day. I think one of the things still on the strategic ways of China, the way we survive. Number one, I think we change economic transformation or the economic dispensation was to beg to analyze on different conditions and different occasions on how are they going to survive that, because they knew once they remove they do everything for themselves, at some point international community is going to sanction them. It means they are not going to trade with certain countries that they are what is it, the rating agencies, with the financial institutions, they will degrade them. As we are on the grey list right now, they will put them on the grey list. They will do whatever thing to ensure that they sanction them, and they cannot move and they cannot do anything. But I think the analysis was also perfect. They checked, okay, how can our people survive during that time? What are we going to do? They said, okay, the most important thing, we have to check on the basic things that people need. Number one is food. Number two, sanitation. Number three, water. And those stuff like that. And they said, okay, how are we going to take care of the poorest? And they developed a plan. And also, one of the plans was through an agricultural plan, just to make sure that food security is secure. Number two was to analyze, okay, which is the biggest continent in the world? What is the biggest continent? Obvious, number one is Asia. What is the biggest population in the world? comes from Asia. You know, the new China is the biggest population, followed by the other Asian population like India and others. Then they said, what is the second biggest population or biggest continent? It's Africa. So how can we create trade relations with African countries such as Nigeria, such as South Africa and other African countries? Then they knew with only Asia and Africa we can survive. You know, because if we trade amongst ourselves, we can still make millions because we are over millions. If we can trade with Africa, we can simply make millions because they are overpopulated with millions.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they took it and say that's why they exported everything China, and we started with this narrative on China it's fake.
Yeah.
But they were developing these young people. You know, now Samsung can compete. Now Hawaii can compete.
Yeah.
Now Oppo can compete.
Yeah.
We have Mobicel. It is being developed by young people from primary and high school who are just being taught about electronics. So they had skills development as well, so that they can be able to, and they develop their own young currency.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm saying is that South Africa were privileged because we are in relations with countries such as China, Russia, and these two big giant countries. They believe in independence. They want each and every country to be independent on itself.
So do you think South Africa is independent?
No, we are not independent. What I'm saying is that these countries, even if we can say, let's be independent, let gold, let platinum, let coal remain in our own reserve, and let's take both US out of this, let's take both Britain out of this, we can still sustain on ourselves. Obviously, we are going to get international sanctions. We are going to be sanctioned.
Yeah.
We are going to be listed as we are. We are going to be degraded as Zimbabwe has have been done.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but we can still survive because China is the biggest population in. Especially when we talk about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still think we can still survive. Brazil has mineral resources. Russia has mineral resources. The largest oil distributor in the world. India has resources. What is it again? We have what also in BRICS. What is C stands for? Or China has biggest mineral resources. South Africa, we have mineral resources, so we can survive, man. I don't think the only thing is to develop a plan on how even the poorest of the poor can survive.
Yeah.
But our biggest problem for me, and it has been the biggest since the entire time, the middle class, because they are the ones who are always panicking, who are already on the panicking mode. When they talk about the economy, hey, economy is shutting down. Hey, are we going to survive? This middle class, man, they are boring me. Whether for it's semi-middle class, middle class, and upper middle class, these people are always on the panic mode.
It will be hard for South Africa to be independent. You know why?
Yeah.
Whatever that we have.
Yes.
You said China, they are developing their own things.
Yeah.
Meaning from primary, you are doing something.
Yeah.
In South Africa, in primary, you are labeling an insect. You get me? You are labeling an insect, and in secondary, you are being taught about sex. Like, what the fuck?
Puberty stage.
Come on. You get me?
Yeah.
So whatever that we have, it doesn't work for us, or it won't work for us if we decide to be independent.
Yeah.
We had floods, Maubanyana here.
Yeah,
We had floods. Val River is full, but in Bedworth Park there's no water. You get me?
And we're gonna be told that we are a scarce water country.
Munna.
Yes.
Chief. If I feel to make a tray for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how if we say South Africa is independent, guys, it's a downfall for us.
Yeah.
But about West, Zimbabwe.
Man.
That's why I shut down.
Zimbabwe. But shutdown, I don't think shutdown is a solution.
Yeah.
As I have mentioned before, my reasons.
Yeah.
If we had if we were saying we know that people have food, people have whatever that they need.
Basic needs.
Then I would agree, fine. I would agree with total shutdown. But my concern is people who have who have nothing. People who recycles.
But someone could argue that it's only a day and people can still survive, and people have been surviving during the lockdown. And it was also a shutdown, and people were not even hawking on the school because schools were closed, business premises were closed, so people were still surviving. Maybe your argument would say maybe other people were applying for incentives like about 350.
No, even if they were surviving, they were surviving on what conditions?
Okay.
Do we know how they were surviving?
Yeah.
We don't. We are not in their households.
Yeah.
So we don't know how they were surviving.
So people will say just it's only a day.
But a day that can impact a person's life. A day that can impact a person's life.
Yeah.
There are people who have chronic diseases. They have to come to the clinics and all that.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with such people?
Hence, I think the EFF president Malema said only essential services people.
That's going to work.
Yes. Only he mentioned in particular police as well as the people from the health sector. Yeah.
I was thinking of something, but then it's fine. I was going to say Shege should capture that moment, but it's fine.
Yeah, the police van is passing.
Police van and a Buibaton police van
in
Sharpeville. I don't know what they're doing in Sharpeville. They are just wasting state resources, but then it's fine.
Okay, no, let's invite Thabang Shege to also join us. And we'll see how we can continue. Yeah, man. G-Man.
Yo, my G.
How are you? Welcome.
No, man, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
How have you been? You have been missing so many episodes.
Hey, man, the nigga's been busy.
Yeah.
I don't want to lie.
Oh,
by the way, man, I come from, what is it? Prayer session, the one that I told you guys about.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, it was very beautiful.
Prayer session?
Yeah, for the
I get about the Valentine. These people, what association, men's what
that one,
men's conference.
No,
but giving so many.
Oh, this is actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yo, yeah.
That's the boss.
But other than that, man, what about you? Oh, you just like that. If you don't know, you want to do all that. I'm not what I eat. This is the famous thing. You want to do all that, yeah? You know what I'm saying? I'm not in Jackam. Just that his body is in Jackam.
Yeah.
I'm now doing my NQF qualification.
Okay.
Long-term insurance.
Yeah.
So it's just studies that have been taking you over.
No, that's nice. So what do you make of our country, man? The state of Eskom, the problem that we're facing, the national shutdown, because Zidane is on the disagreement of national shutdown.
Dude, I'm gonna tell it as it is, though.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell it as it is. Our country's fucked up.
Yeah.
Where our country's actually heading, Zidane was actually right about one thing, that we might be heading into a state of Zimbabwe, in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But however, one thing that I do believe in it is that if we actually do national shutdown, firstly we need to look in terms of what's going to be the benefits and what's going to be what's going to be the impact after the demonstration.
The repercussions after the event, yeah.
For me, one thing that I would say that I do believe in the national shutdown because of we're all suffering from the same thing, because which is unemployment, crime, mabone. I mean, a whole lot of bullshit, potholes.
Do you think?
But listen to me.
Do you think Sello is suffering from load shedding?
No, Sello, he doesn't. But listen to this. Listen to this, because of the only way for this country to gain independence, right on, it's when we come for one main objective together as South Africans, right on. So listen, you had your choice, boy. Now it's my respondents.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, so just allow me.
Sure.
So what I mean in terms of saying that we need to come together as a society, right? So whether regardless white, black, or whatever color that you are, but we need to understand that we're all suffering from the same thing, which is unemployment, crime, all these type of things, our potholes, anything that's been happening, everything each and every day. I'm thinking of it's politics. The price of bread been going up, it's politics in Japan, right? You not being able to get a job, it's fucking politics at the end of the day, right? So one thing that we need to understand is as long as we are able to come together, right, and say that, you know what, but at the end of the day, we need to come together and fight for what's right, because of what we need jobs, we need housing, we need better clinical sector.
But don't you think the politicians are telling us what we want to hear? Because this thing doesn't start now. We have been having such debates. Politicians have been promising such things.
Exactly. So now what we're going to be doing with the national shutdown, it's no different to what the ANC did to fight the apartheid regime. Because they had one main purpose. If you could look in terms of the ANC as a whole, like in terms of how they operated, it was the way. It was only for one main purpose, which is what, to get distribution of the wealth. Right? We get the minerals back, we get the land, we get the jobs and employment, because unemployment back then was still high.
But for me, are we not promoting, or are we not giving ANC too much accolades? They are stating has stubborn. Like we had something like about PAC, we had other movements. They ignited the pressure to the governing party at that particular time. And now everything is ANC. Even the Sharpeville massacre, it's now interrelated to ANC, and it has nothing to do.
I agree. So if you're correct, I won't dispute that.
Yeah.
But the main objective of each and every political party back then, even though they split, they had one main objective agenda, which was to fight against the apartheid regime.
Yeah,
in terms of what?
Maybe we could say two.
Exactly.
It was to have independence in terms of ownership of economy, and also to gain independence of freedom. Yeah.
But what do we have today?
So it means we didn't achieve as we anticipated.
So therefore, what we're doing, though, it's a continuous.
Exactly.
There's no difference in terms of what our grandmothers and fathers did in terms of shutting down the country. What they did was it was even worse, because they even bombed infrastructures such as the banks, postnets, the things that belongs to the white. They bombed those shit, dog. So what we do is no different to what they were doing. Because of now they have the nerve to tell us that South Africans youth that are ungrateful, that are unemployable. Of course, we drink. We are a nation of drunkards because of your fucking politicians that are sitting in positions that are supposed to be occupied by us.
And this brings us to another thing of safety and security in South Africa. We often see Begittel on national TV, but it's always about condolences, and it's always about we are going to beef up our police. And look at what also happened on Kenan's case.
Dude.
Kenan Forbes, aka
forget about Kenan Forbes.
Yeah.
Senzo.
Okay, for Senzo, maybe we could understand that there's no CCTV, there's nothing and stuff like that.
That nigga came out in public.
Do you think this one, Kenan, is going to be solved? Yeah. Even if we had CCTV,
I don't think so. Even if it's solved,
yeah.
But I think it's going to take time. I think it's going to take time because useless people are occupying positions. Useless people are occupying positions.
So you are saying we have incapable personnel on the high positions?
Very
much.
You know, Casey, aka,
yeah.
It's very difficult because there are a lot of stories that are coming out. They're saying that the police are involved.
Oh, can I explain in terms of the conspiracy?
Mang is involved.
And preliminary, they said from the police statement there were 6 gunshots,
which were 2. There were only two shots.
So and now it comes after the CCTV has revealed.
Yes, that's why they are saying police were involved. People who know, or people who were able to read the situation.
Yeah.
They're saying that the police were involved.
But also, they say that AKA knew that he had a hit actually in Durban.
How?
Because of ever since the passing of his girlfriend, Andrey.
Yeah.
The wife.
Yeah.
You know, he has never been to KZN since. And this year, it was the first time Keenan going to Durban ever since the passing of his girlfriend. Because of allegedly the brother of Anele, the way that I heard, I'm not saying that it's a fact, but it's allegedly, you know, saying that he's been threatening AKA, telling him that he must come to Durban, he has asked everywhere and whatever, and which was true. The first night when Keenan actually came to Durban, he was with his friend Don. So then Don, the guy was busy stretching and whatever. How do you stretch before actually lifting up your feet, dog?
Yeah.
Njaka, can you stretch? Just stretch. Like stretch, and you control the Njaka feet. That's a fake stretch because your feet are not lifting up. So that's a fake. So he was giving signals to the first shooter, and apparently there were 5 shooters at the spot, but only one person was able to pull the trigger. And if you actually look in terms of the other bullet, it actually missed Don because he was supposed to also to be hit.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning because he was closer to the second shooter. So how
they missed him?
But how? Because he was close enough.
They missed him. It hit the other friend of AKA.
That's why I'm saying these people. This thing shows that it was planned and it was a hit.
It was a hit
because they made sure.
And also, I think on the bodyguards. Even if maybe
there were no bodyguards talking involved, it was just him with his friends. There was no bodyguards, and even if you could see, there's one thing that they tell superstars, all of them that train with one thing, that never enter a vehicle when your driver is not in the car. So if you look at the vehicle that AK was driving in, the driver was not actually in the car. So hence why he was still actually standing in terms of where he was. Yeah. So the story, it was supposed to go as a robbery gone wrong actually on the highway, because of hence why he was supposed to be hit with 6 bullets, and the police told us it was 6 bullets, but on the CCTV camera it's just 1 bullet that actually
why did the police say it's 6 bullets?
So the problem is it's a fabricated story that the police are involved.
Then
it's
guys,
a true fact
if the police are being involved in such crimes, then guys, no one is safe.
But can you recall South Africa as the safest place?
No, we're not, dog. No, we're not. Nah.
In fact, never mind South Africa. Can we recall Africa as the safest place, especially for its inhabitants?
There are. Rwanda, for example, is one of the safest countries to go to in Africa. Kenya is one of the most safest places also to go to in terms of they're very traditional and very welcoming.
Okay.
You know, so there's a whole lot of countries that we shouldn't just say because because
so what is our analogy coming from? Are we only analyzing based on what we have heard and read, or are we based on what is actually happening? Because even if the South African statistics of crime is being released, that is not also the real true reflection of what is happening. At the very same time, there's a crime that is happening. It is not reported, and police are knowing about it. You know, and even
Mandela constitution
even in Rwanda, maybe the cases are less reported because maybe most of the cases or most of the crime that is happening, it might be interrelated to the officials or to the politicians or to the same police officials.
But the problem here, even if you can go to a police station and report whatever they're going to report, no one is going to take you seriously there.
Okay.
No one is going to take you seriously.
Even Cupcakes didn't report a crime when the
man
was stopped. He knows, right? If you get robbed, you don't go report. It's a true South African thing.
Go to ShopRite now and steal chocolate. Chocolate at ShopRite.
4 vans will be.
Now. 4 vans, the whole station will come for you. The whole station. But serious crimes, these people are not there.
They're nowhere to be found.
These people are not there.
Do you know that last week there's, I think, 4 or 5 cash-in transactions that happened in a week? There's one that happened in Boxburg, Everton, not Everton, Soweto. There's a couple of places in 1 week.
For me,
in 1 week.
For me, I would not be. How can I put it? I don't want to get into trouble, but I would not be. I'm not reprimanding anything about cash in transit, for as long as these people can be able to emancipate their communities. For as long as they can be able to sustain their communities, I don't have a problem with that, because we are fighting for cash in transit for the very same people of politicians, and these people are taking our money outside the country. But for as long as these criminals can be able to sustain their communities, for me, from my personal point of view, I don't have a problem with it.
No.
That crime, I don't know. The crime that I'm having a problem with it is when this criminal commits criminal elements or criminal acts within the poorest communities and within the poorest people who have nothing to do with anything that is happening with the state of our country.
I get your point. I get your point.
So for me, about cash in transit, for as long as there's no casualties from the people who are coming from the township, and they can be able to emancipate people from poor communities such as rural and townships, then I don't have a problem for me. Yeah.
I think
that's my life. I put the next thing.
That's what I'm saying. I think people have different reasons why they are doing that.
Exactly.
Others, they want to live a better life because of the state of our country.
And okay, just hold your thought. Where is Konga? Where is Konga? Where is it based? Like
Soweto.
Location? Soweto. That's what I'm talking about. Taking money to the hood, so that it can be able to also circulate within the hood. Not necessarily have to give a person as freebies always, but also maybe buying on the township brands, buying from the township establishment. That type of emancipation. That is what I'm talking about. But you can finish your analogy also.
As I was saying, they have some people, they do that crime because they want to live a better life because of the state of our country, because of what we've been speaking about, high unemployment rate, and all those kind of things. So it's very difficult for people to just live. You get me? So crime pays.
My man,
crime pays.
There's no country, there's no wealthiest person, there's no wealthiest country, there's no wealthiest person who has never committed a crime. If we can check, we can get into details. Just for right now, we can only speak because we are limited by the camera's time in terms of the battery. But there's no country, there's no wealthiest people who were emancipated or who had so much wealth without committing a crime. Take a typical example. Europe or Western countries are very rich, but because of what they did in African countries and what they did in other continents. Other continents were still black-based, such as Oceania. We talk about Australia as well as New Zealand. Those were the black communities, but they managed to invade. So, guys, I don't know. In closing, what are your last thoughts?
For me,
yes.
AKA that's the only thought that I have. That's the only thought that I have, because I think this is going to be the same situation as Sensomeiwa. We cannot always have unsolved crimes.
what's the message for Sharpeville people, because 21 March is coming also?
Sharpeville people.
Yeah.
What's your message for Sharpeville people?
Oh, done. Yeah. No, man. No, man. You think we should strike, man? No, I'm not believing. Look at Kasarona as well, man. Bora Kasarona as well. I know she will next week. That was with 10 net of Okolmaku.
Yeah.
But how to what's about good day? About the was about but about every year, something. Twice the cash and video with potholes. Whoever can born a Kumakaza Mangopecha, you tell me about Rabi, I'll talk local Manga. What about the maintenance of the Moko, I'm living about Tabatakazi, Strega Petra, country that Giswa, the Tanadia, or Kutu and Fit. So whoever talk on Manga, she's feeding for Tremana, baking it like a total portion. How Trapaslan.
All right, no, game changer. Game changers, you have heard from other co-hosts their thoughts. We'd like to hear your thoughts also in the comment section, and remember to like us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, to subscribe on our YouTube channel, and also to share the content, and also to follow us on Instagram. So what I can say, my message is to say, whatever that you are doing in your own space, ensure that you uplift other people so that they can be able to do do it for themselves as well. And I would say again, collaborations, yeah. And let's get it. Let's kill this thing of relying on politicians, and let's kill these things of relying on job security. Yes, we know we need jobs, but let's also uplift ourselves in our own spaces. I'm your host, Mohabim Gereta, popularly known as the Prof, and I'm struggling to become a remarkable personage. I thank you all. Bye bye.
Danko.
You, hey, yeah. Благослови моих братьев, благослови наши руки. Мы в поисках больших денег, мы в деле круглые сутки. Благослови моих братьев, благослови моих братьев, благослови моих братьев, благослови наши руки. Мы в поисках больших денег, мы в деле круглые сутки. Благослови моих братьев, благослови моих братьев.
The Game Changers Podcast.